My grandmother made us keep the radio loud at every single meal. I was 15 the night she turned it off. Grandma had one rule at her table that never bent. The radio stayed on, cranked so high the plates buzzed. Static, sermons, oldies, it didn't matter. If the volume dipped, she'd shoot up and turn the dial before anyone could ask why. I asked once, when I was 10, "Grandma, why is it always so loud?" "Because silence is rude," she said, and slapped a biscuit onto my plate hard enough to make it jump. My mom had grown up with the same rule and never questioned it. "It's just how she is," Mom told me in the car. Her house, her radio. Eat your dinner and don't start. So I ate my dinner. Every Sunday, 6 p.m., the radio screaming gospel while we passed the potatoes and shouted to be heard. I hated it. The noise gave me headaches that lasted into Monday. The night everything changed, I'd faked a stomachache to skip the table. Grandma sent me to lie down in the back bedroom, the one nobody used, at the far end of the hall. I was lying there with the door cracked when the radio suddenly cut off. The silence hit like a slap. I'd never heard the house quiet, and in that quiet, I heard it. A knock. 3 slow knocks coming up through the floor. I sat up. From the kitchen, I heard Grandma's chair scrape fast, and then the radio roared back to life, louder than before. But I'd already heard it. 3 knocks from under the house. I told myself it was pipes. Old houses settle. I almost believed it until Sunday, when I made myself pay attention. Every time Grandma got up to check the roast, the radio was loudest. And every time I swore I could feel a rhythm underneath it. A thud. Thud. The next week I hid a butter knife in my sleeve at dinner and asked to use the bathroom. The bathroom was across from the basement door. The one Grandma kept padlocked. Rats, she always said. Whole cellars crawling with them. I pressed my ear to the door. Under the muffled radio I heard breathing. Then a voice, thin and cracked, barely a whisper. "Is someone there? Please." I nearly dropped the knife. I ran back to the table, white as the tablecloth, and Grandma looked at me hard. "You're pale," she said. "You go lie down." I didn't lie down. That night, after Mom had driven us home, I couldn't stop hearing that voice. "Please," I told Mom. She went still, then said something I'll never forget. "Your grandfather died before you were born, honey. In that house. Heart attack in the cellar. There's a lock on the outside of the cellar door," I said. "You don't lock rats in, you lock them out." Mom's fork stopped halfway to her mouth. The following Sunday I got to Grandma's early, before Mom, and I brought Dad's bolt cutters in my backpack. Grandma was in the kitchen with the radio already blasting. I went straight to the cellar door and cut the padlock clean off. The stairs went down into dark that smelled like a wound, and at the bottom on a stained mattress, chained to a pipe by his ankle, was an old man I'd never seen. Gray, hollow, blinking at the light like it hurt. "Deb, is that you?" Grandma's name was Deborah. "Who are you?" I whispered. "I'm Walter," he said. "I'm her husband. She told everyone I died. She's kept me down here for." His voice broke. "I don't know how long, since the kids were small." Behind me, the stairs creaked. Grandma stood at the top, the radio howling behind her, a carving knife in her hand. "You cut my lock," she said, calm as Sunday grace. "You said Grandpa was dead." My voice shook. "Everybody thinks he's dead. He wanted to leave me." She came down one step, so I made sure he never could, and the radio kept it all sweet and quiet for 26 years. 26 years, and you had to go and turn it off. She raised the knife, but I'd already dialed, my phone shaking against my ear. 911, what's your emergency? My grandmother has a man chained in her basement, I said, backing against the cold wall, and she thinks I'm about to be the second one. Grandma froze on the stair. Somewhere above us, tires crunched the gravel, Mom pulling in early, and through the open cellar door, for the first time in my whole life, I heard that house go completely perfectly silent.